Let me tell you about the greatest game ever made, Halo Reach. Now, I say the greatest, but I actually do think I put the original Halo Combat Evolved above it, but only because of what that did for console gaming in general. And I judged Xbox kids harshly when I was a kid. They're a bit weird.
They were the slightly more intensive children.
They were slightly just a little bit more nerdy, okay? Every kid likes games, but they were kind of next level. And I did judge them. And I didn't play Halo until my 30s. Forced on stream to play it. And then I was like, I get it. I understand the fandom now. This is a masterpiece. And I wish I was there. I wish I wasn't so mean to them.
You wish you'd actually been able to participate in the hype of the moment.
For sure. And without doubt, the pinnacle of Halos, in my opinion, is Halo Reach, which was Bungie's last game that they made in the series. Mm-hmm. And it's a prequel. And now you're going to listen to me say everything that's amazing about it for 26 minutes is how much footage I've got.
Oh, fuck me. Okay.
And I think by the end of it, you'll understand that it is expertly crafted and probably also agree it's one of the greatest games ever made.
That's a fairly big call. I've watched you play Halo before. I was a passing participant in the Halo, your rediscovery of original Halo series, okay, and how much you were loving it and everybody was frothing and all of that was occurring. I played it once with you.
No, you haven't.
You did.
I tried to.
You made me play it once. The original.
Yeah,
the original.
You poo-pooed it instantly.
I have my own history with Halo. We have a mutual friend that we grew up with in high school, and
True.
he was obsessed with Halo.
True. He was an Xbox kid.
He was an Xbox kid.
He's now my accountant.
Which fucking tracks, doesn't it? Right? And so I come to this with a little bit of preconceived judgment.
Okay. So, the story of Halo Reach. You are a new member.
Oh, also, we watched the TV series, and that is bad.
We don't talk about the TV series, Danny.
You're about to talk about the story, and so I had to just acknowledge.
We don't acknowledge the TV series. I mean, I'm not even I don't have 2 decades of Halo underneath my nostalgia belt, and even I don't like the TV series, okay? So don't worry about that.
Okay.
Story of Halo Reach. Mm-hmm. And look, I don't even really follow the story that much because everything else is so good. But the general gist of it is you are a new member of the Noble team. And there are 6 members, so you're Noble 6. And the world called Reach, it's like Earth, and a planet called Reach is invaded. I know you're glazing over already. You need to listen.
I just find it so funny that every single one of these videos we've done, you have led with, I haven't really followed the story, and you'd made an entire YouTube channel dedicated to understanding the backstory of a video game. Anywho. Reach.
Alien invasion of Reach, which I believe is apparently the second most populated planet, after Earth. So there's a lot of people there, and you've gone in essentially to help out, to restore stuff, to understand what's going on, to repel the attack, to help people, get off planet. It's very much like, your special ops team gets sent in. You keep getting little missions to do.
Okay.
And look, if you want more story, I'm pretty sure there's a whole bunch of books. Bungie did this. Bungie did the same thing. They wrote all books about it, and you can go read everything.
Yeah, I've seen the Halo books.
Yeah.
In the bookstores, yeah.
Okay, the bookstores. Yeah. But let me explain the moment-to-moment gameplay, which I think is what makes Halo, Halo. It is exactly. Every single segment is a spectacle. It is a scene. It's choreographed. It's play tested.
Jazz hands.
It's jazz hands.
Okay.
It's the combat. It's the music. It's the feeling. Don't believe me? It's just quite literally magic. It is absolute gold. Every little mini scene is just a masterpiece. We're in! Danni! Go, go! George, get in the door! George, you fucking idiot!
George, get in the door, you fucking idiot! Cinematic masterpiece.
One of the like lovable parts of Halo is how epic it is, and then like AI just being goofy as hell.
It was epic.
Like the music, you're like waiting for the doors to open, you're holding off the balls, and this is like that is like probably not even a very good scene. Like that's the lowest of the scene. It just gets better from there.
No. Look. I can to pretend to be me. I can tell that that's a very well choreographed battle scene.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to create a feeling of movement through a tactical kind of area and have things like play out one after the other without it feeling like cutscene after cutscene. Like you're still in the game.
And the thing is, it just never lets off the gas. It is like that through the whole campaign. It's just going, this is fucking cool. Like just the whole time. And one of the ways that it keeps some of that momentum is in like transitional spaces. There'll be like many things happening. If you look out like the viewport of the spaceship, there's another battle happening. A ship goes down. There's like comms in your ears going, oh, they're dead. I often miss them because I'm like reading chat or like not paying attention and miss those things. But there's even stuff in those like transitional areas that connect and like progress the story as you go through.
Break off!
God, this corridor reminds me of Halo 2.
Damn it, I'm losing her!
Is it Halo 2? I think Halo 2, like this corridor here reminds me of Halo 2.
Savannah Actual, can you hear me?
I just missed some blow up.
Frigate's gone, 6. Nothing we could do.
Noble, you're in deep with no cover. Get
I missed
that
it.
Corvette moving and get the hell out of there.
You feel like jumping?
I feel like jumping.
Welcome to the Bullfrogs. Other side, on my mark. 3.
What a cool fucking name, the Bullfrogs.
We're gonna capture the landing pad on the executive.
They're like, okay, so we've had the space mission. So yeah, we were on an enemy ship, and I was just not looking out the giant window, looking at our
That
own
encourages
ship.
you to look out of. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could tell.
But then, like, you know, joining the Bullfrogs, there's no need to like just join up with this other squad and get a jetpack and just. But it does like those moments in between where it's like it's either calm before the storm or it's building up or like something just happens, and it's like always a transitional like scene playing out between those big epic moments too. And that's how it just keeps this like crazy pace throughout it.
Yeah. Oh, look, I can appreciate a integrated storyline as well, right? Like you're getting fed information through your comms. You look out a window, you see something, as opposed to, you know, other video games that'll have a note that you find that you have to read or things like that, you know?
Yeah, it's a lot of environmental storytelling. And it does it really well. And I think that's why Halo was famous for bringing that to first-person shooters. It's because I think people just think of all the pew-pews and the shoots and just running around rather than a story. And then in those moments, it's also not like other games where you feel like it starts to get repetitive. It feels like every scene, every new area has like a little bit of a different objective to it, or a little mini finale to it, whether you're like shooting rockets to fend off like ships or you're protecting civilians, and it varies so much that you always it feels pretty hectic. You're like, yeah, okay, I guess I am a SWAT team leader, a noble team leader. He did a flip! Is it fucking Anakin Skywalker?
I'm in cover.
Boom!
Medical attention over here.
Uh-huh. Help! Holy shit! Yeah! What? Who the flying fuck keeps throwing grenades? Be impressed.
I am
Why are you
trying
not-
to reserve. I continue with your storytelling, and I will react by moment, and then I will speak at the end of my thoughts on Halo Reach.
Well, here's one of the huge components, which is the music. And I think it does it better than nearly any other game.
Oh, it is a fantastic score, for sure.
And there are incredible, memorable moments because of the pairing with music and events. And it does this quite often, and a lot of games can't do that very often. Destiny has some moments, has an amazing soundtrack. You can feel the DNA of Halo in Destiny with its music, but not anymore because they got rid of the music composer. Side story. But I feel like in Destiny, there are some set pieces, like in raids. One's called the Deep Stone Lullaby, and you're like a spacewalk, and you do like a spacewalk. It's really epic. You know, like a spacewalk.
Yes,
like
I know what a spacewalk
Well, you're just
is.
looking confused.
I'm not looking. This is my resting face when I'm trying not to be judgy. Okay, all right. This is me attempting to listen to you.
Okay. Well, you do
bang on about Halo for 25 minutes.
You do a spacewalk, and it's pretty cool, and
Okay.
that's memorable.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, Halo does it like all the freaking time.
Yeah.
And like that happened in Destiny for me. Like maybe there's a strike mission, maybe there's a raid. It's not like everything. Whereas Halo is like every 5 seconds, it feels like something iconic pops up.
That Tango group has permission to pursue. -4, stay on the entrance. 2, handle her. 5 and 6, clear the hole.
Okay. That got me. That was good. I wanted to keep watching. I wanted to see what happened next. What happens to the hostage? You know, I thought you were going to keep showing me gameplay, and then it kind of
No.
just ended.
I just wanted to give you an example of music because now you want to see what happens, right?
Oh,
That's the
yes.
point.
The music was the You're like, yes, it you feel the building. You feel the building up.
Yeah. One of the things that you got all this stuff happening already, but then you've got what you'd call the sandbox. You know, like you know how Leah has a sandbox,
Yeah, like I know how Leo has a sandbox.
and there's toys in the sandbox.
Yes.
Well, that's kind of like Halo. Is the sandbox is this scene, this environment, this encounter, and the toys in it are the weapons, the vehicles, the environment, the things that you can use to solve that area.
Okay.
And
yeah.
Halo does a really good job of letting you solve encounters the way you want. However, it's also got this, it also feels extremely choreographed too. Like it feels like after you do it, you're like, oh, that's what the developers wanted me to do. But there's still flexibility there to do something different as well.
Okay.
I'll give you some examples.
Okay.
There's more.
Come on in. Bullets! Give me that. I'm gonna stab your friends. Wham!
Noble 5 reporting. Target
So good.
neutralized.
I like this encounter. Oh, I need a plasma pistol. Okay, I'm gonna have to push up. Oh, there's these little things to jump on to get away from the guy with a sword. Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay, these guys I killed out here. Now I get a plasma pistol. Okay, now I can get my swords. Okay, now I can kill the big guy.
I did enjoy how that played out. The cleverness of like making you solve the first encounter to get the weapon that you would need for the next guy.
Yeah, and that's what kind of Halo is like juggling your resources and getting the right weapon combinations to suit the enemy that you're fighting in the right environment. And it just mixes and matches all those components and pulls on those levers until you've got like a really good encounter. And it's just like that the whole time. The whole time it's like that.
I can't believe how jazzed you are by this game.
Very few games can keep this level of pace and enjoyment. And especially for me, I get bored like super quick. And it's one of those few games that I just don't get bored of. And I'm engaged with. And it's obvious that it's been like play tested a bazillion times, or it feels like it has. It feels like they really understand the mindset of someone going to the counter and go, okay, I'll put a rock here, I'll put this thing here, put the gun here, put an enemy here, put this type of enemy here, put this vehicle available. And that's one of the other things that they change is like the enemy variation then instantly changes how you approach a scenario. For example, hunters are these big enemies that only have a weak spot on their back. So you have to get behind them. So then they'll chuck in them in a space, they'll chuck in Marines to try to save, they'll give you an AI and they're like, all right, now give it a shot. I'm coming, cats. Boots, 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 boots. Oh, boots. What? Stay alive, Marines. I'm flanking. I made a mistake. No, I didn't. Get wrecked.
Let's get to the atrium. We have to go through the security fence.
Even the AI knows how to counter armor lock.
Everyone find some cover.
So super intelligent. Battle scenes and enemies to defeat.
I don't know what happened to Bungie's AI, but Destiny, I mean, they're just different types of games, and I just think they were very clever with making AI feel very intelligent in Halo. And then I know it's not about bashing Destiny, but we kind of got the Destiny, and it's a loot and shooter, so you kind of have a bit more just like hordes rushing at you.
Yeah, it's not relying on individual enemies being particularly effective. It's volume.
Yeah, I think so. I don't even know. I haven't given it enough thought, but yes, the AI in Halo I find is very good. Their variation and enemy types is very good, and like the different tools and weapons they get given is all varied enough that like it just changes how you have to play and solve the puzzle. And on top of that, you have enemy vehicles that you can hijack and one deal with. You either blow them up or you can jump in them and hijack them. And that's one of the other things that like never happened with Destiny either. I understand why, because it's a loot and shooter, but the reason why Halo's world feels so integrated is you can just pick up anything. Like when you kill someone, you can pick up that enemy's gun. You can hijack their equipment. If a Marine's driving something, you can take that too. If they're holding a weapon, you can swap weapons with them. And that's kind of what makes it feel, integrated, really. Missed it. Got it. Here she comes. I mean, so now you're impressed, huh?
That was very cool when you literally threw what looked like a grenade from the ground to something in the sky, had it be able to crash land but then still take over the vehicle. And the sound effects were so good. I don't think you captured it what was happening, but I was looking around. I thought that there was something happening in the room.
Oh, really?
But it wasn't. It was just that the soundtrack was so integrated into what was happening. It was,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that gun, there are a couple ones that do that. That gun disables vehicles. So if you got to charge it up and then shoot it.
Yeah.
It was a pretty good shot. And then
It was very good.
It disabled the flying vehicle, falls out of the sky, and then you hijack it like as it's bounced off the ground once, kick the guy out and fly away.
Yeah. And it was also very cool the way that the pilot got into it. It was like a laying down fight. That's,
enemy vehicles.
Yeah. Every little bit of the world makes a difference.
Yeah, and like from a developer point of view, like if you make it so the player can interact with it, you have to think about all those things.
Yeah.
So for example, if you couldn't get into that ship like a lot of other games would do, you don't need to think about like how it opens or like what the positioning of the alien race is going to be in there, what the positioning of a human would be in there, all that kind of stuff. What ends up happening is even though like on your first playthrough, you probably play very typically or like how the developers think you should play. And this quite choreographed, but you could do bits like that where you hijack a Banshee and that was meant to be like a tower defense mode. All the enemies keep coming in. You meant to like run around and activate these nodes, but I was just flying around in the Banshee because I'd hijacked it, right? And because there is that sandbox, which it is now, it kind of spawned speed running and like learning all the ins and outs of every encounter and trying to solve them as quick as possible. And also what they call lasso runs, legendary all skulls on.
We've talked about this with James.
We did do this at Jiu-Jitsu, yeah. We talked about lasso runs, yeah. So they're like modifiers that typically make it harder. Some things just make it goofy. Like, what's it called? It's like a party mode, and I actually came across into Destiny. Like when you get a headshot, it goes wee, like blowing a party, and like party poppers come out of the head. And other ones like just make your gun invisible. You just can't see your gun. I don't think you have crosshairs on your screen either. So like things make it very difficult. I think there are a couple that might make it a bit easier, but you do lasso runs too. And then there's other mechanical parts of the game that you can do. And one good example that happened on stream was mitigating fall damage by doing a melee. So normally if you jump off a cliff, you'll just die. And then Jad's like, well, actually, if you jump off the cliff, you can do like an assassination or you can do like a melee. You have to walk down the cliff. I'm not too sure if this is part of a speed run or if it's not risky, but it's an example of like the flexibility of the sandbox.
Stay low. Let me draw the heat.
I can send it.
Deliver that package.
Where we're looking
Here's
here.
our destination, 6. Pillar of Oro.
Think he goes back this way?
Race you to her.
So just hold F. Okay. When do you press the melee? He's in a good spot. I think I gotta run. I think I gotta run midair, like when he's moving up.
Let me drop.
Why did it do it? Did I not hold melee enough? Yeah, I've got the jump.
Race you to her.
I've got the jump. Wasn't an assassination. Still fucking cool though.
That was cool. I felt the want to just like try again.
To get it, yeah.
Try again, like, oh, so close.
I mean, that's gotta be intentional. Like the spawn point's right there. Like they want you to jump off and do that.
Yeah. Because it was the alternative to kind of go down the cliff and around. Yeah, they wanted you to try that.
So it wasn't quite clear because you probably haven't seen an assassination, but so I was getting the melee, but the assassination is you do like not a cutscene, but like you stab him in the neck and like trip him over and stuff like that, and it goes like third person for a sec.
Oh, yeah.
And you hold the melee button down to do that. On top of all that, you then have abilities, and this was a little bit controversial back in the day. The thing you've been seeing me do, which is like go invincible, like when I punch the ground, and I can't take damage, is like called armor lock, and obviously it makes you immune for a certain period of time. They also added this sprint ability. Halo never had sprint before. I don't know if Halo Reach was the first time it came out, but old school, like original Halo, no sprint, right? You just walk. But that was fun because what it allowed them to do is control the pace of encounters. That's why it was so perfectly tuned, because they knew exactly how long it would take you to get from between cover to cover and this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So they did add sprints, armor lock, invisibility. So when you go through these areas, you're looking at the enemies, looking at the vehicles, you're looking at your weapons, your loadout you're using, and you're looking at your abilities that you can use and what's going to be most effective. Like when you're moving in active camo, do you still have like reduced visibility to enemies, or they can just always see you? You have to be oh wait, you can crouch? Oh. Yeah. They don't know I'm here. They don't know I'm here. Surprise, motherfucker! I think what makes Halo Reach special for a lot of people is the team that you work in, which we haven't really spoken about yet. You're part of this noble team. 6 of them. Noble teams. And there's lots of scenes. They often work with you. Like the very first clip I showed you, like they're often in battle with you, or you team up with just one of them while someone else...
Oh, the dickhead that wouldn't get in the door.
Yeah, George.
George.
Do you not say anything bad about George?
Sorry. George just struggled with doors for a minute.
Yeah. There's cutscenes, but the characters, you get like attached to these characters and you get attached pretty quickly.
Oh no.
All of them die.
Oh.
Including you.
Oh.
Oh.
Hashtag spoilers? Do you need...
I mean, games are very old at this
point. Oh, okay, right. Oh, okay. That's more ambitious than I would have expected from this kind of game.
So you're like building a relationship with these characters as you go through, teaming up, buddying up with each of them, and they're slowly getting picked off. And yeah, you are part of this elite squad, and everyone's like, complete the mission, keep going. And because it is a prequel to Halo Combat Evolved, and eventually you have a final stand too. And
wow, that has like Rogue One vibes.
Somebody said that.
Oh really?
Yeah, someone's like, Halo Reach is the Rogue One
of the Halo universe.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. That's exactly what Rogue One does, but it was also brilliant and fantastic.
So, characters, fan favorites.
Signal. It's patchy, but it's there.
I'll take it.
Oh,
Let's not touch anything. You wouldn't want to
there's
drown
some
this
junk
place.
in that truck. Oh, yes. She can hardly fucking walk.
Barely getting you. What's your situation? Over?
Colonel, this is Noble One. There are no rebels.
Running
the Covenant
only.
are on Reach. Acknowledge?
Come again, Noble One. Did you say Covenant?
Affirmative. It's the winter contingency.
Oh, gosh.
Good work, Spartans. Return to Sword Base. The rest of your team is inbound.
Oh, mate. Wait for Cat. Cat. Hold. Level 6 here. Just letting you know, we're all ready to go. And we're getting in Warthog. Jerry is having it. Fucking. Okay, that one.
What?
Up. I love how he just picks him up
Tell him to make it count.
with a handshake. Okay, but you just... Okay, you're the one making the sacrifice, but you threw me off board. How am I gonna live? Zoom. What? George. George.
Slip space rupture detected.
Gamma station control, reading multiple pings below the orbital defense
Slip
grid.
space rupture detected.
Yeah, we're picking up anomalies too. Are you reading
Slip
it?
space rupture
Multiple
detected.
Covenant signatures.
Slip space
Is anyone
rupture
moving?
detected.
They're everywhere.
Slip space
Yeah,
rupture
must be
detected.
the whole damn Covenant
Slip
fleet.
space rupture detected.
He died for nothing. Oh, you're next.
I'm ready! How about you?
Understood. I mean,
Oh,
like, where do we start?
R.I.P. George. R.I.P.
Yeah, George is a favorite.
Yeah.
So he had
that
to-
was some big sacrifice moment.
He had to like set off the bomb manually, so he just yeets you out the like starport or whatever it is.
But there is absolutely no reason why Cat needed ass-hugging armor.
Okay, listen. They're like super soldiers. They're fit. Do you know what
I
Bungie?
appreciate that. It doesn't mean that they need ass-hugging armor.
Yeah, it's for speed and agility. The guys have it too. Everyone's got dumpies, Danny.
But only Cat's is the one that's commented on because she wiggles when she walks.
It wasn't you. You get dick shots, you get butt shots. That was just the one that I happened to comment on.
Of course. Okay.
But I mean, Cat dies like suddenly.
Oh.
She gets like mid-sentence, gets her head blown off, like sniper shot through and through.
I mean, I thought that the other death, Emil's death,
Yeah.
was pretty like out of nowhere.
Yeah. Oh yeah, just to like go on.
Yeah.
Understood.
Understood. We have no emotion. Understood.
That's the whole
Well.
thing. That's part of like their training and like
Yeah.
the lore of it.
Yeah, okay, I
It's
do
a-
kind of
it's
vaguely
like-
remember that
it's-
from the TV show as well.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. You actually feel something for these characters, and that in itself is an achievement in a relatively short campaign. I don't know how many hours, or like 7 hours or something. You literally got to get people emotionally attached to 5 characters and have their deaths mean something when they die. And they all kind of do, and everyone kind of has a fan favorite, and that's pretty impressive.
Difficult to achieve.
Now, your death is interesting because the game starts with a shot of your helmet buried like in the sand on Reach.
Yeah.
So your death completes the loop. Is actually like you realize it's a flashback.
Oh, but you don't
To
know
your
that when you've started the campaign.
Yeah,
you
you-
just think your helmet's somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
And the greater thing about this is Bungie's last game, and this was their Bungie's last Halo. So it's like this. It's a prequel. You know, it's like all ends have a beginning. Kind of, it's like this loop. Like it
So
finishes.
a nice, neat metaphor for everything.
Yeah, like it finishes their saga, but also begins it. It's like it's very nice. And all ends have a beginning. When you first joined Noble Team, they said none of that lone wolf shit. And here we are, a lone wolf. Die straight away. Bro, I don't know what to do there. Fight. Well, I get on the guns. That's how I died last time. I just got bombarded. And I got off the guns and I still got slammed. Dead.
That I also enjoyed the little title at the bottom left-hand side. There'll be another time.
Oh yeah,
also very much playing into what you said before.
The mission titles.
Yeah.
Every like mission has that, and Bungie would always have little like metaphors. It's like what they did with the Grimoire. Like they would have things meaning hidden in their titles and stuff like that. I think what makes the whole story impactful is Noble team working with you, but not just them, but also the Marines. And you're never really quite alone, which is why this is quite different from the rest of the franchise. Like in Halo, when you play as Master Chief, like you're the dude. You do work with Marines, but like this does make you feel part of this team, and having the AI like comfort you and work with you as you go through the campaign, I think just makes everything a bit more impactful.
Yeah.
Good work, Stash. Fuck him up, boys.
The space won't survive under the salvo from that Corvette.
Oh, we saved
Kill
Stash,
those
thank God.
Banshees.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I gotta do everything myself. Right, get him, Marines. Get him, Marines. Get him, Marines. This is why I let you fucking die! You piss me off! Help me!
That was one of ours.
Yeah, no shit! No, this is... Report will say they died to a hunter.
Oh my gosh, what a roller coaster I just went on. So, first of all, very cool that like the Marines actually have names and it's consistent if you die and want to go and play it back. That's really cool. I've never seen that before. And I was so impressed that you decided to save Stash and then you just went full corrupt and were like, you useless piece of shit. Boof. And the report ain't going to incriminate me.
That triggers people too. Like this is how good Marines are and how good they are at like selling you to protect them, and like you are a god compared to Marine.
Yeah, in what they can do and what you can do.
Yeah. And so that's why you always kind of protect them, but that's why it's also really funny to kill them because people lose their fucking mind. Also, fun fact, the Marines are named after the developers. So you can find developers' names in there. Like they're just like the devs' names.
That's a great little Easter egg.
Yeah.
Protect the devs campaign.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And then finally, this is on top of everything, is like the variation in. Oh, actually, let's backtrack a little bit. Not many games let you friendly fire on like NPCs.
Yes.
Like friendly NPCs, and let you
that
live.
Was why I was so shocked when you just offed a Marine.
Yeah, make you live with that content. It's one of the reasons why I liked Elden Ring and why people hated watching me play Elden Ring, because I just kill NPCs and just lose their entire quest lines. And the game was like, oh, you guess you don't get that weapon.
You are. I did not realize you were this self-destructive sometimes.
Danny, it's just funny. Like, what's his husband was like, I can't watch this. I had to turn the stream off because he's getting so mad because I was killing. Like, some of these NPCs have like these apparently amazing quest lines, and then after they finish talking to me, I'll just kill them.
I don't know if I could have watched you do that either.
Anyway, so it's also funny to see reactions from Marines.
I think I'm with everybody else. Not funny. What is wrong with you?
I don't know what's wrong with me.
Murderer.
Okay, the last thing is, everything's just not on foot as well. And on top of all this sandbox, you also have like variety in encounters. You have stealth missions where, they put you with a sniper rifle and they give you the stealth and you go through. You have tank missions, and you quite literally have a spaceship mission, which is just, I really feel like you don't get that kind of variety anymore in games. Dude, I remember the first time playing this, it blew my mind.
First stage engine burn nominal. Stage
Crack shot.
separation in 3, 2, 1. Stage separation.
Yeah, I think you told us that, War Moose. Or was that someone else? Yeah, you followed your first dungeon, yeah. Oh, no. Someone said they got their floors. We thought they meant dungeon. Oh, nice, War Moose.
Second stage ignition confirmed.
Some of you are 14, yeah. Man, I just remember going in here and be like, what the fuck?
Over.
Copy, actual.
Gonna plug the controller in?
Affirmative, Noble 5. Welcome to Operation Uppercut. I'll be your control from here on out.
That space scene was spectacular.
So, many games will maybe have a cutscene. Or tell you about it. Or you read about it. Not many games give you the cutscene, and as you exit the cutscene, you go into a space battle, and you're now flying. You know, a lot of games will stick with what genre it is. Like if it's a first-person shooter, you're gonna stay in that mode. But it's like, you know what?
Built. Yeah.
Give them a spaceship. And that's, you know, obviously they already had vehicles, so like it wasn't anything crazy, but it always felt like it did that next level thing to keep you on your toes. And we haven't even mentioned the skybox yet, which is just like the background environment, right? Like, Bungie's well known for their skyboxes.
It's beautiful.
One of the things that carried across the Destiny very well is how gorgeous it looks. And on that note, we're about an hour in. I'm not too sure how short the edited version of this is going to be, but that is why Halo Reach is the best game ever made.
I heard, I felt, I saw your love for this. It was pretty spectacular to see. I remain impressed by the variety of encounters and scenes and combat that you just showed me in that. I realized I've never actually really played a space game. Like I've never played one that was set in that type of genre before.
It is such a great genre. Sci-fi.
Sci-fi. Sorry, yeah, sci-fi.
Sci-fi is the word you're looking for.
Sci-fi is the word I'm looking for.
But like Space Marine is kind of like the vibe.
Yeah, the vibe. I think I could get amongst it. Because it feels like it has enough of a story for me too.
Co-op?
Does it do co-op? You can do co-op in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can play through together.
Maybe we could do that.
All right, I'm going to hold you to it. All right, thanks. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.